first popular view that I'll talk about is languages are learned mainly through imitation, meaning that children hear someone say something and they repeat it until they learn it. This is a view that was once held very widely, but we find now that there's very, very little in the literature that will support this. Yes, children do this. We see children imitating, but is this what they do most in language learning? No. What they do most is rule formation in their head that we don't see. They are not parrots. They are rule formers more than imitators. The second popular view is that parents usually correct young children's grammatical errors. Well, we see parents, caretakers, etc. doing this, yes, but is it for most of their errors? We see that no, most errors are not corrected, and especially at young ages, they are not corrected. Right before children begin elementary school, we find that parents correct more. And even at that time, when errors are corrected, it's not grammatical errors so much that children are being corrected for meaning. Right. Popular view number 3 is that highly intelligent people are the good language learners also. Good language learners and intelligent people are highly correlated, people think. But again, this is not really true. Language learners, good language learners are not necessarily people with high IQ. In fact, some people with high IQs have trouble. They struggle with language learning. Because academic study is more associated with memorizing things, and language learning is a skill. They're two different types of pieces. The fourth view is that motivation is the best predictor of success in second language learning. Well, I don't think anyone would say that it is not a predictor, but is it the number one predictor? There are other things that are very important, such as age. The older a person is, the more difficult it is to become fluent, to become accurate in your language, and pronunciation becomes more difficult to do correctly. So, motivation is a predictor, but there are others that are very important also. View number 5, the earlier a second language is introduced into a school program, the greater the likelihood of success in language learning by the student. Is this true? Well, it depends on what success is, how we measure success. If it's in the amount of money we put into it, probably not, because a lot more time is required for teaching the young learner something than is required to teach an older person. But there are benefits such as pronunciation and grammatical proficiency, etc. Number 6 is most of the mistakes that learners make are due to language one interference. Mother language interference is a cause of some mistakes, yes, but the first language also has its benefits. Similar things are transferred and learned, so it is helpful in that way. Many mistakes that children make is not because of interference, it's because of incomplete rule formation. Go, go, go. That is rule formation, but not quite right. That's probably what most of them. Okay, rule number 7, view number 7. Teachers should present grammatical rules one at a time. You present it, you teach it, you practice it, you finish it, you go on to the next, and so forth. Well, language learning is not linear that way. We don't learn our first language that way. And we should be returning to things that we taught in the past. Teach something one day, other grammar rules, come back and review what you did before. View number 8 is that learners' errors should be corrected as soon as they make them, so they don't form bad language learning habits, such as even fossilization. Well, it takes a lot of saying the thing the wrong way in order to form a bad habit. Usually before a bad habit is formed, you realize that what you said was wrong, you self-correct, or in some other way, correct your mistake. So fossilization is really not a worry, because we do a lot of self-monitoring and other monitoring from our classmates and the teacher. View number 9, learners copy each other's mistakes when they're allowed to speak with each other in the classroom. Okay, yes, they can copy a mistake, but somewhere along the line they're going to find out this is a mistake, again through self-monitoring possibly, and not become fossilized. Interaction between students in a meaningful way is very important in language learning. And again, we must hear the same mistake many times in order to learn it. And view number 10 is that students learn what they were taught. If this were true, wouldn't we be happy? The thing is, we found out that language learning takes place in a hierarchical way. These things are learned, what language learners learn first is the same for all language learners. So, there's a set hierarchy, and we might not be teaching what the students can easily learn yet. What we might be teaching, the pattern we might be teaching might be something that they aren't ready for yet. So we don't do that well of a job. We don't contribute that much to the language learning process. I see I'm done. Thank you.